extends the verb. So j'aime bien, j'aime beaucoup, they're extending the verb, all right? Number 4 is to say really. So you use this before an adjective. Il est bien bizarre, Luc. He's really weird, Luc. Oh, il est bien laid. He's really ugly. Il est bien sympa. He's really nice. Le bâtiment est bien. What's it got? Il est bien moche, ce nouveau bâtiment. It's really ugly, this new bit. So it's kind of used there as an extender of the adjective there. All right. Number 5, before a verb to say something is good. Now this is just again good grammar, because if it's coming before a verb, it's going to be an adverb, classic. So bien joué, well played, bien fait, well done, bien lu, well read. Okay, lovely. Number 6, bien as a noun. We've talked about that one earlier. Le bien et le mal. Yeah, good and bad. All right. Let's look at some other things that are going on. So let's look at bon versus bien, this time using thoughtco.com, all right? Let's see whether any of his definitions or his examples cause us any issue after what we've just heard. So he's going to say, bon and bien are often confused because they have somewhat similar meanings, which is true. They can both be adjectives, adverbs or nouns. We said that at the beginning. See the summary table at the bottom. So bon is usually an adjective, and I tend to agree with that. It's normally going to talk about a noun. It modifies a noun and means good, suitable, efficient, correct, useful. Okay. Bien means good in a moral, right, healthy, kind of you know, a little bit more of a human way. Okay, and can only be used as an adjective with copula. We've said that earlier. State of being verbs. So he's a good student. Yeah, il est bon étudiant. C'est un bon étudiant. Yeah, he's good as a student. Using the verb to be there. Il est bien. You know, he does it well. Il est bien comme étudiant. But you would need the comme étudiant. Notice that the verb to be is a verb. So il est bien gets bien. But he is a good student gets the adjective. So il est bon étudiant. I spent a good evening. J'ai passé une bonne soirée. That makes sense because soirée is a noun, so bonne is an adjective. That would be good. Ça serait bien. Yeah, so that would be satisfactory. So that would be going back to your other man's definitions, where that sense of satisfaction, even with a noun. Yeah, c'est bien le film. Yeah, ça serait bien. That would be great. Yeah. He has a good heart. Il a un bon cœur. That makes sense. It's just about, again, the noun. Très bien. Very good. Yeah, fine. We've covered that from the beginning. I imagine all of you know how to say that. This stamp isn't valid. It isn't good for what its purpose. It isn't fit for purpose. Ce timbre n'est pas bon. Yeah, okay, bon as in correct. So we've talked about that as in the idea of bon being correct. So, for example, la bonne personne pour le travail. Yeah. So ce timbre n'est pas bon. The stamp isn't good. Okay. I'm at ease. Je suis bien. So that's going back to the c'est bien, satisfaction. Yeah, je suis bien partout. I'm at ease. Je suis bien moi. I'm, you know, whatever. Luke. Oh, they've got a Luke down. Luke is fit for, correct for purpose, fit for purpose. Back to bon. Luke est bon pour le service. Luke's good for military service. Don't see why not. I love khaki, or khaki for American. It's not nice to say that. So more of a human quality. C'est pas bien ça. C'est pas bien. Ce n'est pas bien de dire ça. Okay? I think it's nice. Je trouve bien. You wouldn't say bon there. Okay? Adverbs of manner. Again, I think this is pretty obvious because they're all going with the verb. So j'ai bien dormi. Il se porte bien. Je vais bien. La radio ne marche pas bien. Je le vois bien souvent. That's an extender. I see him quite often, very often. That's an extender using really that we've talked about. J'ai bien dit ça. That's an extender again. I've definitely said that. We talked about that at the beginning. Il fait bon. It's nice, pleasant here. We've talked about il fait bon, il fait beau, il fait mauvais. We've talked about using nouns there, adjectives there. Il fait bon vivre, il fait bon étudier. It's good to study. Those are less common expressions. Ça sent bon. We've spoken about. Okay. And then we've got the different bonds of nouns that, if you look underneath, that are used when you use bon as an adjective, when you use bon as a noun and use bien as a noun. So un bon de caisse, yeah, a cash voucher. Bon de livraison, the delivery slip, livraison being delivery, livrer to deliver. Un bon de réduction, a coupon, a credit, not a credit note, yeah, literally saying that you've got a discount. So I think that's quite a useful page, but I think the other one's slightly better at summing things up. So let's have a look at a final page. Let's look at mal versus mauvais. Let's see if we can find any more patterns there that might be useful. Okay, so this is going to use the thought co guy again. I possibly should have looked to see if we had a French together guy with bien, with let's see if we can get French together with mauvais and mal, because he's got quite a good little way of explaining it. Interestingly, he's not done one of those. No, that's fine. So let's have a look at Thought Co's version with mal versus mauvais. Now, a lot of the time, not all the time, you can swap this round. So you can use mal and mauvais where you would use bien and bon. So let's see where we've got some irregularities. So mauvais is an adjective which modifies a noun. We've said that for bon, and means bad, wrong, etc. So the opposite of good. Mal means bad, ill at ease, immoral. So again, all the human qualities, a little bit more, you know, the human negatives, the same as bien with the human positives, and again can be used with the copula, state of being verb, so se sentir or être. Lovely. So he has bad eyes, meaning he can't see. Il a de mauvais yeux. Look at this, the link will be underneath again for this one. If you're worrying why it's got il a de, when you've got an adjective which is plural, which precedes your noun, you will use de. C'est mal de dire ça, again, same as c'est bien. Yeah, it's, you know, c'est pas bien, it's not nice to say that. So it's bad in a kind of immoral way to say that again. C'est une mauvaise excuse, fine, makes total sense, it's just going with a noun. Il est mal à l'école, opposite of il est bien, so he's this satisfactory or this comfort, this, you know, that was one of the reasons with our first guy, wasn't it? So it's just the opposite. Enfin, je suis mal. Yeah, je suis pas bien dans ma peau, je suis mal dans ma peau, I'm bad in my skin. Because you're talking about a copular verb and you're talking about satisfaction and feelings of ease, you're going to use mal rather than mauvais. Il est mauvais acteur, again, you've just used a basic adjective with a noun. Je suis mal avec eux, I'm on bad terms with them. Again, a human quality rather than talking about the noun. Une mauvaise personne, again, just a basic situation that's going on with the adjective, okay? Adverbs of manner, the same as we had bien, we've got mal. So, j'ai mal dormi, I slept badly, very clear. Il parle mal, le français, yeah? He speaks French poorly, speaking and badly, yeah? La porte ferme mal, the door doesn't close properly, it closes badly. Ce travail est mal fait. We've done that one already. So bien fait, bien joué before a past participle. Mal fait. Okay. My phrase that I like people to use: il y a pas mal de, not a bad amount of, which means quite a lot of. All right. Cela sent, or ça sent, you'll notice on the table, cela sent mauvais. That smells bad, and we've talked about that because that's the opposite of ça sent bon. Yeah, that smells good. The weather is bad, il fait mauvais. Again, we've talked about how with weather you will use the mauvais and you will use the beau and you will use the bon. And all this business, you will use the adjective, all right? Even though it's after the verb fait, that's what you're going to do. Nouns. Using mauvais as a noun versus using mal as a noun. So if you said, je n'ai pas mangé le mauvais, it's short for, I haven't eaten the bad part. Yeah, le mauvais would be like the bad one, even in a film, you know, le mauvais would be the bad guy, yeah. Il ne parle que du mauvais. He only talks about the, you know, le mal would be evil. So il ne parle que du mal would be he only talks about evil, rather than il ne parle que du mauvais, he only talks about the bad side of something, right? Les mauvais would be the baddies, yeah, it's there, the baddies. It doesn't say the baddies is the wicked, but in a film it'd be the baddies. You know, in a cowboy film, les mauvais portent le noir, baddies wear black. Le mauvais with a capital M would be the devil, but we won't speak about my father right now. I'm having trouble seeing it. J'ai du mal à, the expression we had earlier. All right. I have a headache, we spoke about earlier. J'ai mal à la tête. J'ai un mal de tête. We spoke about both of those. We also spoke additionally about quelque chose me fait mal. J'ai des maux de tête. Now that's interesting because when you have an A-L word, as often you know, it will become O in the plural. So with an adjective or a noun. So un journal, des journaux. Un hôpital, des hôpitaux. So the plural of mal is the not very well known maux. Okay, des maux. De tête. Homesickness, le mal du pays. Yeah. Les maux de société, societal ills. We're getting a little bit highfalutin here. So again, so to sum it up generally, mauvais as an adjective is just your most common one with a noun. Yeah. If you're going to see it, if you're going to see mal as an adjective, it will be with être or se sentir or a copular verb. If you've got the adverb bad, yeah, mauvais, fine, but more often mal would be badly, and we've talked about that. And if you're using nouns of mauvais and mal, mauvais tends to be the bad part, the bad people, and mal tends to be the much more extreme evil, le mal. So I hope just talking through some of these examples, as you can see it's a massive topic, will give you somewhat more of an idea. So try just looking at the websites, and for every example that's down, see if you can come up with a few more that do the same thing, and that should help you. See if you can come up with other examples of when you do it. Be very mindful that there's times your mouth is going to get used to doing both things. So your mouth will say c'est bien, and your mouth will say c'est bon. I need you to be able to say both of them. We've talked about how c'est bon, that's all right, no thank you, no more cream. Well, none for me, I'm allergic, but c'est bien, oh bravo, c'est bien. You know, well done, that's kind of different. Yeah, that's kind of different. C'est bon, that's okay, you know, it's enough. So I hope this little discussion and referral to the websites should start getting you thinking a little bit more. But my main thing is, can we have a little bit of an attempt to try and use some more of the phraseology that I've talked about at the beginning a little bit more correctly, a little bit more often. Yeah, so j'ai mal versus j'ai du mal, really good one to crack. You know, ça sent bon versus ça sent bien, which doesn't exist in the same way there. J'ai bien compris, yeah. Lovely. La bonne personne, the right person, versus, you know, la mauvaise personne, yeah? Good, good. Any questions on bien and bon and bonne and mal and mauvais or mauvaise that you want, by all means ask them underneath, and we'll have a bit of a discussion, all right? Thank you very much, guys. Can I remind you, we have the picnic in London, which is now the 13th. I've had to change the date because a lot of people couldn't do the 6th, even though they'd originally said they could. So if you're interested in that, please do get in touch. If you find these videos useful, please do purchase me a coffee on the coffee link underneath in the description box. I will be very grateful. It does help me, it really does. Also, the podcasts are available, which cover all the grammar, all the vocabulary, and all the one-to-one translation exercises for you. All right, guys, take care.